Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm just doing a quick update on my computer rig. Basically all I did was I got a new heatsink for my computer, and I got the XIGMATEK Dark Night SD1283 Nighthawk Edition. It's got the low heat signature ceramic coating with the black around the plates and everything. The fan that comes with it is a 120mm fan that has white LEDs on it. And here are just some of the specs. And bear with me though, I'm using my phone's camera to record this, so you know it might not come out so great. But anyways, so I got this heatsink and I got an extra fan with it. It's the same exact fan that's in the heatsink itself, and I got this for around $10. It's well worth it. You know, it's got the white LEDs as well, and I want to do a push-pull configuration with this. And so the reason I went with this setup right here is because the heatsink itself from Newegg is $35 on sale, or was on sale for $35. Originally it's like $55 to $60, so for $35 I got the heatsink, and for $10 I got the fan, so I still saved money on this deal. And the XIGMATEK heatsink actually runs cooler or just about the same as the Corsair H100 series. So and with the extra fan it might actually even run cooler. There's tests online that people have done between the two, and this is definitely the best bang for the buck, because for $35, well $55, when it's not on sale, you can get something that runs just about the same as the Corsair for half the price. So, you know, it's a really great deal, and I'm glad I went with the decision. So, to get down to it, I'm going to start going and putting this into my computer. Alright, actually, before we get into installing the heatsink, I just kind of wanted to go over what comes in the box. So, I already opened it, and first thing we get are brackets. We got brackets for your different sockets for CPUs. You also get some standoff thumb screws. Looks like you get a little tool right there. Right here you get your little rubber connectors so you can put the fan onto the actual heatsink. I think there's some thermal paste right there, and more screws and brackets. So that's basically that. Then right here we have the bracket that goes on the back of the motherboard that will then connect the heatsink on top of it from the other side. And then here we go. Doing this one-handed. Well, right here it seems we got some air cooling system user's manual, and then a warranty card and all that. So it's basically that. It looks like it's packaged pretty well in this type of styrofoam. It's not the type of styrofoam that really breaks. It just kind of goes back to its original form, which is very good. And then here it is. Wow, it's actually bigger than I thought. Look at that thing. And yeah, so you can see it's got the black coating on there, which looks really nice. The fins you can see are pretty flexible, but not too bad. So let me take it out of this now. Hold on one second. So let's try this. Try and set this down. There we go. Cool. So here we go. Here it is. This is it, and it's got the coating, and then on the bottom, it's got the direct contact, so the heat pipes actually make contact with the CPU, so it doesn't have to go through anything and then the heat pipe. So it's got a better way of getting the heat to the heat sink and then, you know, out of the CPU. It's really cold, which is really nice. Then here is the fan. So the fan, you know, like all fans, but this one's got a smoked clear look to it, which is nice. It's better than, you know, some standard fans. And so it will go right about like that, and then I have another one that will go on the other side. So just to show some, let me get the other one out. So this fan doesn't really come with anything that's too crazy. You know, you just got your screws. You've got your Molex to 3-pin converter or adapter, and then you've got the fan itself, which is the exact same thing. Actually, kind of feels a little bit heavier. So, but same size, you know, just different wiring. The actually has less airflow but is quieter, so I don't know, I might have this one pull the hot air out of the heatsink, while the one that pushes more air push more cold air into the heatsink. So I'll have cold air coming in this way, so I'll place that right there, and then I'll have the hot air coming out this way. And so that's kind of what it looks like as far as width goes. For comparison, I have a ruler, so ruler right here, and it is 4 inches wide, so not too bad. It'll definitely fit in my my computer case right in there, and won't have any room, or won't have any problems with room. Stands about 6 inches tall, so clearance shouldn't be an issue. So unfortunately, my case does not have a hole in the other side of the case to mount to get easy access to the back of the motherboard. So I have to take everything, not everything out of my case, but I have to unplug all the wires, take out the graphics card and everything, and take off the motherboard now, just to get access to the back of the CPU. And if you want to see, this is the back of my case, or the other side of the case. It's not the best wire management, but I just kind of put things in here, so it just kind of stays there. not too worried about it. It's out of the way. So here we are. Got the motherboard removed. Pain in the ass, because now I got to put everything back in. But that's what you got to do. First things first, remove the old heatsink. Then I have to install this on the back. I have to put all my stuff in there onto the bracket on this side, and should be a fun process. Another good thing is to always look over the user's manual. Make sure you don't do anything wrong. Seems as though it goes English this way, and then the rest are just different languages. And then on the other side of the user's manual, we have fan installation, and if you have AMD, but I have Intel, so don't have to worry about that. Alright. Wish me luck. There we go. Old heatsink is out. As you can see, it still has some thermal compound on there. It looks fairly good. Doesn't look like it's got much taken off, but have some thermal compound just in case. Sorry about that. I have Arctic Alumina, premium ceramic. So yeah, this stuff, very cheap, but is really good, and it will last a long time. As you can tell, it's, you know, just a little drop. So I'll be back with the other heatsink on. So with a little bit of struggle, I actually was able to get the bracket on. It is a little bit crooked, you can kind of see, but it was the only way I could get the holes to line up with the holes on the other side and get the screws in. So let me just go ahead and turn my motherboard around and show you the other side. So here you go. So as you can see, I got the 4 brackets here, and now you take these brackets right here and you place them just like this. And then what I would do is I would put the heatsink on, and then you take this bracket and you put it on top of the heatsink, so it would go right there on top of the heatsink and holds it. So it holds the heatsink down. Then once you do that, you take these little guys right here and you screw them onto that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some thermal paste onto the CPU and remove that. So, and then I got to put the fans on. So I'll do that and get back to you. Alright, so I have the brackets put in. Everything's put in there, and then I have the fans hooked to the heatsink. But I just wanted to show you guys kind of exactly how, or the easiest way to get these little rubber mounting pieces, I guess, onto the fan. So like the directions say the best place to insert these are on the 3rd pin. So right there, basically you want to take these rubber mounting pieces, and they have a little slit in them that will go through. Well, the little fin will go through this, and then there's a little stopper right there. So basically insert that, and then from there put all 4 of them on, then put the fan on top. And then once you do that, it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there, but if you have like some sort of tweezers or pliers or something where you can pinch and pull, then it makes it a lot easier to get the fan secured to the heatsink. And also, if you're wondering whether or not to buy another fan with this heatsink, as far as, will you be able to mount it if you don't have any more of these rubber things? Well, XIGMATEK already took care of that, and they give you 8 of these rubber mounting pieces, so you can install 2 fans on both sides. So all you have to do is buy the second fan, and you're already ready to go. Okay, so I finally got the CPU heatsink attached. I got the fans on, and looking pretty good right now. Just a little word of advice though, a little tip while installing. This is my first heatsink that I have installed, my first aftermarket heatsink, I should say. The first one I've ever purchased for a build, because I'm just starting to get into overclocking. But anyways, with this heatsink, I found out that, I guess the hard way, the easiest way to do this, and the recommended way, is that you attach the heatsink itself to the CPU with this bracket, because if you attach the fans to the heatsink and then try and attach it, you'll see that you run into a problem right here with the thumb screw. You can't access that or screw it in because the fan is in the way. So what I had to do was take the fans off. It's fairly easy because these little rubber pieces are very easy to remove. Well, not remove, but easy to get the fans off of them. And so it was easy to just switch these around. And right now I have this fan blows air into the heatsink, and this fan blows air out. And just in case you're wondering, these fans come with arrows. Let's see if you can see this arrow. Yes, so right there you can see this arrow means that it's blowing air this way, and this arrow, I guess, is for we're talking about the wire. And then same goes for this one, but it's got a really tiny arrow right there, and it shows the arrow pointing this way and the arrow pointing that way. So so that's how you can tell which way the airflow is going to go. And you might have also saw earlier that so I had the fans attached, but the easiest way to get the fans attached is to actually insert these rubber pieces first onto the heatsink, and not into the fan and then onto the heatsink. So yeah, it's just some things that you learn while you're doing this. But hey, it came out great. Got my wires right here, and they're gonna go into my CPU fan controllers right here. And that's basically my heatsink, and it's a beast. But I mean, let's get a top view of it. So yeah, look at that. And something else that I forgot to mention, an easy way to get these little rubber pieces in is using a flathead, and you basically just kind of use it to push these rubber pieces into the heatsink. So as you can see, the rubber piece, and it's because you can't get your finger in there, so using something like a little flathead definitely works. Be gentle. You don't want to damage the fins or the blades. So just another little tip that I came across. Alright, well, moment of truth. I have everything plugged in, everything hooked up. I did some cable management, not the best, but to what I can get so far with this case and everything I have right now. Everything's plugged in, everything is good to go. Now let's turn it on and check it out. And look at that. Look at those lights. Those are nice looking white LEDs. Oh yeah. So again, I have this sucking in air, and then this side blowing out air to this fan, and then out the end of the case. And then I also have two fans up here which are taking the air up out of the case. And my case also has two fans right here, two 120mm fans right here, taking in air this way. And the ones on the top, I believe, are 140mm, and then I think this is a 120mm in the back. And yeah, Windows is starting. Graphics cards on, working, you name it. I mean, it's not that hard of an install, but it's pretty nice. And I don't know if you can hear it, but maybe get like a little test of the noise. I'll stick my phone in there. Look at that. I like how it makes that swirl effect right there with the fans and the lights. Alright, so computer started and just wanted to show some temperatures. So those are my temperatures right now on idle. I don't know why Core 0 is so much more higher. If you guys can shed some insight on that, that'd be awesome. Here are just my settings right now. I got overclocked to about 4,000 gigahertz and or megahertz, and that's pretty much my setup right there. I'll run Prime 95 just for a little bit, just to see what the temperatures go up to. So let's go take a look at that. So they're rising, and it looks like they're only staying at 44 degrees, 46, okay. So that's not too bad. My the stock heatsink, I would get temperatures around 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. So the fact that it's about almost 20 degrees Celsius less than that, that's pretty good. Which means I have some room to bump up the voltage, bump up, the core speed, and perhaps get it maybe to 5.4 gigahertz. So that's really good. So I guess that about wraps it up. This is definitely the end of the video finally. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe my video helped you out, and you might want to get a new heatsink if you're new to getting heatsinks and basically building computers in general. So I will see you next time. Thank you.